Hi, Ashley here with HeartHookHome.com, and today we are going to learn how to crochet the waffle stitch. This stitch is just as delicious as it looks. It's got great texture to it, very squishy. A few things to note about it is that yes, it is a yarn eater. It looks like it would use up a lot of yarn, and it sure does. It's a lot easier than it looks though. All you really need to know how to crochet is the double crochet and a variation of the double crochet called the front post double crochet. So this waffle stitch is a 2-row repeat. So one of them you're going to be pulling some stitches to the back here so that when you turn it, those stitches look like they're recessed. And then these are always going to line up. Your front post double crochets are always going to line up when you look at them from the right side, So this is a lot easier than it looks. Let's grab our crochet hooks and learn how to make this beautiful stitch. When we go to crochet the waffle stitch, you need to start with the chain that is a multiple of 3 plus 2. Here I have 14 chains, so my multiple of 3 would be 12 plus 2 for 14. What we're going to do is we're going to set this up with a row of double crochets. So your very first row is going to be double crochets. Go into the 1, 2, 3rd chain from your hook. I like to go into the back bar, so I'm going to rotate it a little bit, and I'm going to do double crochets just all the way to the end of the row. Regular old double crochets. So here I have 12 double crochet stitches. I'm ready to start the actual first row of waffle stitch. In order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2 and turn. I'm going to place a double crochet in this very first stitch right here, just a regular old double crochet right in the top of this stitch. In this next stitch, I'm still going to do a double crochet, but I'm not going to go into the top here. I'm going to go around this post, which is called a front post double crochet. So I'm going to wrap my hook. I'm going to insert it around this actual post here, and then I'm just going to finish my double crochet like normal. Just like that. So that is what's going to be the ridged or the top pulled up portion of your waffle. Now I'm going to do a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. What's most important to note here is that since we did not go into the top of this stitch, it looks like we're going to leave that open, but since we went around the post itself, that stitch is still being used. We're just not going to go into the top of it, right? So I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to do my double crochet in the next 2 stitches and leaving this one open. 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do a double crochet, a front post double crochet around this post. And then 2 regular double crochets in the next 2 stitches, making it look like that one's still open. Front post double crochet around the next post, and you're just repeating these 3 stitches over and over until you get to the end. 2 double crochets, when you only have these 2 stitches remaining, we're going to do a front post double crochet around this one and then a regular double crochet in the last. So that is your first actual waffle stitch row. And I know it doesn't look like much. Let's give it a few more rows and we will start to see it really take shape. So now we're going to chain 2 and turn, and we're going to be alternating these 2 rows back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So it's just these 2 rows. This is all you have to learn. For this row, when we're looking at the back side here, let's look at the back side here, right? This is what we're getting ready to create, so it's going to look just like this. The first 2 stitches are going to be regular double crochets, so 1 here and 1 here. Now where these 2 are, we're going to do front post double crochets around these, and that's going to bring these towards us, right? So that when we flip it, it looks like they're recessed, if that makes sense. It'll make sense here in a little bit if it doesn't. So front post, double crochet, let me pull my yarn, front post, double crochet right here, regular double crochet right in that one, and then front post double crochet around the next 2. So you're always repeating these 3 stitches for this row. Front post around this one, and regular double crochet in the next. And then 2 front posts again, and then a regular double crochet in the next. For this row, when you get to the end and you only have this one remaining, having some yarn issues, aren't I? When you only have this one remaining, you're going to do a regular double crochet right in that last stitch. So now you're pulling all of these to the back so that when we flip it, it'll look like they're raised on these ones, right? So chain 2 and turn. And now we're going to do the other row. So we're alternating these rows back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. For this row, when we're looking at the right side, you're going to do a regular double crochet first in the very first stitch. Then around this next one, since we always have our post stitches, they always line up every single time, we're going to do a front post double crochet around this one. Now we're going to do 2 regular double crochets in the next 2 stitches. And now we're going to do a front post double crochet around this one. Pull my yarn again. 2 regular double crochets in these 2. And a front post double crochet around the next. 2 regular double crochets. And a front post around this one. The second to last one is always going to be a front post. And then a regular double crochet in the top of the last stitch. And now we're going to do the row that we did earlier where we were pulling them to the back. Now we're going to do that next. So you can kind of see it starting to take shape here. We're going to chain 2 and turn. On this row, the very first 2 stitches that we do are going to be regular double crochets. So 1 and 2. Now we're going to do front post double crochet around the next 2 stitches. And this is pulling these stitches toward us, which will make it look recessed when we turn. Now we're going to do a regular double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to pull these towards us with front post double crochets in the next 2. Regular in the next. Front post in the next 2. Regular in the next, and regular in the last. So you can really start to see this taking shape. This is so much fun to crochet. All you're going to do is you're going to alternate those 2 rows back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Such a squishy texture, such a lovely look. I hope you love it. Thank you for crocheting with me, and I look forward to crocheting more with you soon.